incidents this week.
Welcome to Jack Dodson'S Racing Insider News this week. You got a special guest here today, Jack. You got your hot wife this weekend.
Yeah,
today.
That's right.
No grandkids either.
No grandkids. No grandkids. No grandkids. One of them is.
I mean, that was a good trade.
Two. Yeah, it was a better trade than anything else I could do with this. But not like that.
I was gonna let it go for a minute.
But
You know, we ain't got to start something for him because he does a good job of his own.
He's good at that.
tell me about it. All right, let's talk racing now.
Yeah, I love the pink shirt, Jack. It goes with your personality.
Yeah.
All right, let's thank our marketing.
How did you do that?
Our marketing partners there. Just thank Los Compadres.
Shout out to Edgar.
Edgar, appreciate Edgar. Got the win the other week in the
Sure
truck
did.
series.
And we'll be going to his new store in a few weeks because he's already said we're going to come and be there to do our show in his new store. So he's going to let us know.
Maybe we are famous.
We might be.
You got some bull, man. Heck yeah.
Let's thank Factory Canopies with Todd Davis. Hit Todd Davis up if you want a full custom. I think it's $16.95 full custom canopy, 10 by 20, I believe it is. If you need his phone number, just hit me or Jack up, and we'll send you his phone number. Mosquito Joe of Peninsula. Outside is fun again. Get 50% off on your first month of service. Mosquito Joe of the Peninsula. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Man, Jack loves this Papa John's. I mean, you went on vacation and got Papa John's for pizza, didn't you?
No.
Oh, you didn't?
No, we did not.
Got to thank Tanya McAllister with MPM Marketing. If you're looking for somebody to help you write a proposal or make announcements, Tanya's the girl. Thank you, Tanya, for helping us with our fire suit this year. Hopefully it will be coming soon. It should be here anytime. Bonderit's Brothers Distillery, Robert Bonderit. Jack, oh, that's right. You know, I forgot that Eddie said last week, he asked while you was going through Martinsville, did you stop and pick up some product?
No.
Eddie, there's your answer.
I
think it sounded like you're going to have to get product for us and Eddie.
That's what we want him to think.
we come through there. We were in the wind. We were on our way home, so we were in the wind.
Did you stay on the asphalt this time?
Keep talking, please.
Slinger Speed Company, hit Tim Brown up if you want a local t-shirt shop to do some t-shirts, some other stuff. Langley Speedway, Bill, Chuck, Terry, thank you guys for allowing us to do the show from here. The heat is coming, Jack. A couple weeks.
Can't wait. Let's go.
Fast Eddie's Barbecue. We'll be having some Fast Eddie's Barbecue on Hampton Heat Week. Pepsi, Mountain Dew. It's mine and Jack's drink of choice. Not Adam's, apparently.
My turn to get the
I was waiting for that.
Packet Power Solutions. Hit Keith up. I think a generator may come with a free lunch. Just tell Keith.
Don't keep the owes your lunch.
Just tell him he owes you lunch if you buy a new generator and get an installation. CE Clark Contracting. Oh, Eddie Clark up. Man, if you see his driveway he did, man, that was pretty. I didn't even know he was capable of that kind of stuff.
He's pretty sharp.
Yeah.
Think about it.
GAC, Great American Company, with Garamo and Maya. Appreciate Garamo being with us for such a long time. Miles of Seamless Gutter. Thanks to Vivian, Daniel, Courtney, Mark, Kurt, everybody at Miles that puts up the money for us to give away. We greatly appreciate that. We'll be working on something soon to get out the announcement for this year. So start working on some videos to put your name in a hat for some sponsorship packages next year. We'll probably do the same thing in 3 and kind of divide it up. But we're working on some extra perks for the second and third place. Working on some of that stuff. So Frontline Performance, Race Fuels, Parts and Lubrications, the hottest fuel at Langley Speedway.
Before you go back, before you get to the next one, make sure you plug the shirt there. We got, the shirt we.
Oh, being we're talking about Frontline Performance, the old and dusty white and black t-shirts. We're still taking some orders. We're going to put the orders in. I think Sammy's going to try to run them next week. They're $25 a piece, white or black. I can't wait to get this shirt.
Me either.
I mean, Jack is not just famous. He's not just famous in his own mind.
And making shirts out.
I mean, shirts with our name,
Yeah.
about us.
We don't get into
But
shirts.
it ain't. I mean, we ain't old and dusty either. But
Well, yeah, it's double-edged sword, really.
And just think about it. If Sammy wins this weekend, that'll be 8 straight wins.
he did mention. He said he forgot to mention it in Victory Lane, but he said he's got 2 more shots next week just to say it. So
Yeah, they got a twin night coming up.
yeah, next race. So
Saturday night's
Yeah.
fun night. So yeah.
So
We'll have 2 shots out.
Rodney Davis is black. So we'll take black.
Cool.
Um,
Get your orders in.
yeah. So get your orders in. Hit me, Jack, Adam up.
We'll make it happen.
Then AM Media, Ashley Miller.
Yes.
So thank her for helping us with some marketing or some graphic stuff, because me and Jack, that's not our forte. We're good at, as we know, running our mouth. We got a witness of that. What's up, Brandy? Looks like more coral color. Well, we're gonna call it black.
No.
No, he's talking about.
I'm talking about my shirt.
Oh, no, that's pink. Mason City went to Los Compadres after test last week. The breakfast burritos is the bomb. I bet their breakfast stuff is pretty damn
Everything
good.
there was good. We've had
Brandon says, what are you good at?
showing up.
What's up, Fast Eddie? With
right.
that, what's the news, Jack?
All right, let's talk about some news and some winners from this past weekend. In the Cup Series, Ryan Blaney, I mean, he demolished the field. Anytime he wanted to go to the front, he was there. And, of course, I didn't watch the race till the next day because I won't stand until 2 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I fell asleep. I'm like, well, I guess it ain't. It's gonna be tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then I seen some messages that we got. It was like,
Yeah.
green flag. They're gonna drivers in the car. What? 12 o'clock or 11:30.
So I didn't stay up and watch it. In the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, Justin Allgaier got his 6th win of the season. He is on a tear, and he's already clinched the regular season championship for the O'Reilly Series.
That's great.
And
Yeah.
in the Truck Series, Grant Enfinger come out of nowhere and got the win in the Truck Series. That was a good race. Our buddy Butterbean finished 12th.
Man, they keep pulling them out.
I mean-
I thought he would do anything. We were here at Langley last Saturday, and I seen he on the way here. It's like he was a lap down with like 6 laps in. I'm like, yeah, well, it's gonna be a terrible day. And I didn't look again, and then I looked, and it was like 12.
Pretty good. Down in Hickory, in the limited late model, Jackson Tovo got the win. And in the second limited late model, Tony Breidinger got the win. That was her first ever win. So that was a pretty good deal for her. In the Super Trucks, Mike Bumgardner got the win. Up at Shangri-La Speedway in New York, the Super Stock Series, Garrett Zacharias got a win. I think that's win number 3 or 4 for him this year. Down in New Smyrna, in the Pro Late Models, Palmer Hall got the win. At Sobo, late model race number 1, Trevor Ward got the win. Late model race number 2, Bobby McCarty got the win. And both of those gentlemen will be here for the heat. So that's going to be a big deal. Wake County, Landon Huffman won both late model races. Up at Dominion, in the American Racer late model division, Aaron Donnelly got both wins. The mods, Eric Folks got the win. Adam wasn't here this weekend, so I'll have to do the pit road roundup this week.
What happened, Jack? How was this race this weekend?
This weekend was good racing. It was some good racing. I got to give it to Jacob Derrick. The car,
Man,
the car
what a
he had
favorite.
was. I mean, that was a beautiful car. He did,
It looked good.
and it was. I mean, he was the hit, and thank goodness he won the race. Because I mean,
It was so fitting and so cool. I mean, that car looked good. the graphics. I mean, that was kind of a combined thing with Bluzo's graphics or stencil of numbers, and then Ryan Matthews added some his flavor on it, put some of the numbers in the background or the pictures in the background. That was way cool.
That
It
was
was so fitting. Way cool.
In the Legends, Zach Sprouse got the win. That was his first
Congratulations.
Legends race win here at Langley Speedway.
Good
That's a
for
big
him.
deal. Late models. Some kid named Connor Hall won the race.
I would have.
I
He
heard
was
it.
not. I didn't think he was going to win.
I heard of him.
How did you not think he was going to win?
That was a joke, Jack.
Oh.
He hadn't been here the last few
Ha
months.
ha ha ha! We're joking here,
I
Jack.
mean, good gosh, that's 10 straight wins?
Well, I'm curious. I
10
talked
with the
to
car store, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
10 with the car.
to his crew chief for just a brief minute Saturday on pit road, and the senses I got, I think after the heat, I don't know if he's going to be here as much as he has been. I think he's been here trying to stay on top of the racetrack. He's got to be clearly a favorite for the heat.
Yeah, no doubt.
Now, I think you're going to have some guys that are fast. I thought all the Edwards guys were coming, but apparently they're not coming. I don't think any of them's coming.
Huh.
There's not as many home guys
As we would,
that you would think that's going to come.
but you're
run.
still going to have a good field with Butterbean, Connor
Oh.
Hall, Lee Pulliam,
Yeah, they've already announced a bunch of them.
Trevor Ward. He's going to be here. That's going to be a big
Mhm.
field.
Yeah.
In the U cars, Mikey Chin got the win.
Congrats, Mikey.
I've heard that guy before.
In the bandos, Chase Rogers got the win in the bandos. The real number 3 here at Langley Speedway.
That's
I mean,
right.
you know, he's the only number 3 in his
And Miles was 1-2 in that race with
I heard he's
our
pretty good, too.
sponsorship.
And in the Enduro division, Alex Floroff got the win, and our guest,
Season best.
Bailey Nelson, got 3rd. So she said it was her best finish so far, but we'll talk to her in a few minutes. Driver of the week this week. Well, there wasn't but one. I mean, one guy that, he dominated. That's Jacob Derrick. He got the driver of the week.
Deserving,
Yeah.
right? I mean, being Chambalozo's week, and my understanding on Wednesday he decided to do those numbers, and they were able to, get the numbers made, put on the car, and it looked good. I mean, when I came across over here and I looked over and I seen the car go by, I said, "Who the hell's running Sean?" I mean, I had a flashback there for a minute. I'm like, "That's Sean's number," and then I'm like, well, "Who is that?" And I didn't put the mulch sponsorship, and I looked and I'm like, "Oh, that's Jacob." Oh man, how cool!
Yeah, that was cool. But anyway, congratulations
And I think
to
he's
Jared
going to be a pretty good little
Jacob
driver
Derrick.
someday.
and, for the driver of the week. Langley Speedway, this coming weekend, they got a big race this weekend. The limiteds are here, and dual races for the super streets.
Yeah.
So that's going to be and
So Sammy's got 2 chances not to mess up and talk about your.
that's
your
right.
motor, Jack.
And you better. The week after is Hampton Heat weekend.
There is.
So don't forget the Hampton Heat will be that following Saturday. Practice day on that Friday.
Yep.
Free
and open to the public.
And then who we got for next week? We can talk about.
Well,
the
so far, a definite is Jeff Bowen, the race
stick man.
stick man.
Racer.
Did you nail Bill Mullis down?
I'm trying. I ain't heard
He's
nothing
hard,
back
he's,
from
hard,
him.
he's hard to nail down.
I ain't heard nothing from him. So anyway, they're going to have a fan fest here on the front straightaway
Yeah.
Saturday.
Concert,
A concert and everything.
5:30.
It's from 5 to 6:30. That's going to be down on the front stretch. So that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a big weekend here with the Hampton Heat.
Absolutely.
So hope everybody makes it out. One other thing in the news, the IHRA,
Who's that?
right now they're nobody, but they have canceled the whole rest of the season this year. So it's they've done canceled other things, and now they've done canceled that. I don't know how that affects their regular series racing that they're doing at Pulaski. I'm not sure about that, but all the big series,
The
IHRA,
rumors are running rampant,
Oh.
Jack.
and they say they'll be back in 27.
You're
Who's
taking that.
going to come back in 27 if they're not sure what's going on? Because they were promised
I mean,
a
didn't they
whole
buy
lot.
a building? And
They bought
everything?
buildings, divisions. They bought
They-
tracks.
Did they buy the track? I know
They bought Pulaski. They own Pulaski.
Well, there was another track they were going to buy.
Oh, yeah,
too.
there was another one, but I can't remember who it was. But they do
Somebody
own
said that
Pulaski.
if they let the cars tour there, they weren't going to let them buy the racetrack or something.
Scott, stop
Oh.
cutting me off so much. She said she don't too much.
I can't help it.
All right, let's get our first guest in here because I know he's patiently waiting on us.
Hmm.
You gonna do your introduction thing?
Yeah, let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna find it.
Clay Gaston.
I'm Matt Lee Weiss, and you're watching Jack Dodson'S Racing Insider News with Scott Allen and Adam WELLBROck.
Thank you. There you go.
What's up, Wayne? How you doing, man?
How you doing, gentlemen?
How's it going? This is an honor to have you on here. I've heard so many wonderful things about you through the years.
You sure they were all wonderful?
Yeah, my son spoke very highly of him when he was in the series working in racing. Spoke very highly of him. So it's an honor to have you on, and we appreciate you taking the time.
Oh, absolutely. You sure that everybody said something good? I'm sure there was some of them that didn't.
Well, I heard some good things about you, about how you were, the people that the guys who
Fair.
were racing, they knew who was in charge and who was the boss. They knew that you were there and you treated everybody fair and like they were supposed to be treated.
Well, I had the fortunate to learn from some of the best in the business working for. I'm one of very few people that got to work for every France family member. So I got to learn from a lot of good people: Les Richter, Bill France, Mike Hilton, Jim France, Lisa Kennedy, Ben Kennedy. I worked for all of them. So I got to learn from a lot of very good people, but you're only as good as the people that you have around you. And I had a lot of very, very good officials that surrounded me, and it made the job a little bit easy, So, yeah, so had a great career.
Now, when you started this business a long time ago, where did you start and how did you get to where you were when you got out?
Well, let's see. That's a how much time you got? So I started at Hickory Motor Speedway and worked myself up. Went to Tri-County Motor Speedway as the chief steward there, and got inducted into their Hall of Fame this year, which I'm pretty proud of. An honor that I don't look for accolades, but we're very proud of what we accomplished over the years that we did this. And then Ed Cox came and asked me if I would travel with our back then Goodies Dash series, or the 4-cylinder compact series, subcompact series that we had. That was in 87, and then became the series director in 91. Was director, went to Daytona. Everybody gets a kick out of this little story that I got here. So I went to Daytona in 1995 as the series director of the Goodies Dash series. I left Daytona as the series director of the Slim Jim All Pro series. And then I went back to Daytona in July as the Slim Jim All Pro series director. And I got a phone call to be in Mr. France's office as soon as I got to Daytona. We were running a race over at Volusia County, and I got to Daytona, and I went straight into Mr. France's office, and himself and Les Richter came in and talked to me and asked me if I'd ever been to Milwaukee before, and I said no, and they said, well, here's your plane ticket. You're going to Milwaukee as our new truck series, Craftsman Truck Series director. Super Truck Series presented by Craftsman is the way it was. So I didn't know if I couldn't keep a job in 1 year or what I was going on. So Daytona was sort of like a homecoming there. So then in 2012, Mike Hilton called me in the office, and man, did I learn a lot from all those people. And in 2012, in November after the season, he asked me how I was going to feel being the Nationwide Series director at the time, which is O'Reilly now. So then I ended up there. So very fortunate. Had 33 years as a series director and 38 years with NASCAR as a total. And man, what a dream come true. So yeah, I was very fortunate. But like I say, you're only as good as the people you have around you. And I had some really, really good people that we worked together with. It never was we worked together. And that includes the teams too, the owners, the drivers, the crew members. You said your son remembers me being in there. So it took all of us to make those cars and trucks go around in circles.
Yeah, it takes a lot to keep up with everything and make sure everything goes off like it's supposed to. I mean, that had to be a heck of a responsibility that you had to keep up with.
Well, I'll say it again, you're only as good as the people that you surround you with. And we were very fortunate to always have a good group around us. And recently just checked off Le Mans as a bucket list item and went and worked a historical stock car racing classic NASCAR over in Le Mans, France 2 weeks ago. Man, was that that was definitely a bucket list item right there. So I've been very got to hang out with a lot of good people.
So you're still involved in some ways that you're not just not on a regular basis with it, but you're still involved, and that's got to be good that you can go do those bucket list things.
Well, John Doonan, the president of IMSA, called me. I retired in December 31st of 24. And John Doonan called me in January of 25 and says, hey, I don't know if you want to do this or not, but man, we'd really like for you to come and help us out with this new series that we got going, which is the historical stock car race and NASCAR classic is what it's called. They needed a liaison between IMSA, HSR, and NASCAR, and it worked out very well. And I said, well, how many races you talking? He said, well, right now we got 3. I said, I think I can do 3 a year. That'd be all right. And then he let me in on the possibility of going to France, flying into Paris, getting to see it, going to Le Mans, working out. I says, I'll tell you what, you send me a contract, buddy, I think I'll sign it. So very fortunate. But man, what a dream come true of getting to have the career that we had.
Yeah, absolutely. Wayne, do you have a moment that you had to make like a tough call that you could share? And do you have a favorite moment? I mean, you've had to have a lot over the years.
Well, there's a lot of them probably is not suitable for your podcast that you have here. I guess one of the funniest ones and one of the hardest calls I ever made. So there's 3 drivers that we went through. Oh, sorry there. I thought I lost you there. My apologies. Probably on my end. So we were at Watkins Glen, New York, and I just had dinner with Ron Hornaday a couple weeks ago for his birthday, and still stay in contact with him, Jack Sprague, Mike Skinner, at least once every 2 weeks. We're all 3 sending a little text around, just big buds nowadays, But anyway, we were at Watkins Glen, and we were coming down to a green-white checker. The truck series was the only one that did the overtime stuff. So we were at that time. So anyway, we were coming into an overtime, and Ron was leading, and Boris said was on the outside, and they come in, and anyway, it looked like Ron really jumped the restart. So we black flagged him coming to the checker. He pulled into Victor Lane. We rolled his truck out. He tried to stay in Victor Lane. So this will just tell you the relationship that you have to have with the competitors. That he came to the trailer, he shut the door, and our trailer was leaning the wrong way. It's sort of like this was the front of the trailer and this was the back. Well, my desk was back here. Sort of trying to give you an example of it. And he had me toward the front of the trailer, and he had his back to my desk, and my chair started rolling. It hit him in the leg. He kicked the chair back. Well, it hit my desk, and he turns around, and he's still sort of letting me have it. And the chair rolled back and hit him again. And anyway, he picked the chair up. He slammed it down on the couch, and he went, so you're not going to change your mind, are you? And I went, nope, not going to change my mind today. Well, he went slamming out the door, and all of a sudden the door opened back up. Hey, you are stopping by for a beer on your way out? And I said, absolutely. So,
Oh, that's cool.
but
I would say
that,
he's one of the
that's
toughest
the way
on
we got
freestyle.
along. That's the way we got along. You know, it's just one of the coolest. And he still says today, he says, you know, you still owe me that win. So, and the first thing he said out of his mouth a couple weeks ago when we went out to dinner, he said, hey, you really going to tell me what really happened at Watkins Glen? You knew daggum good and well that Boris's truck broke, and it just looked like I jumped. You still owe me that win. So, but that was one of the fun times in the trailer.
Yeah, that's a good one. I love that.
That was a big deal when NASCAR brought the truck series in and started, and of course you were there and got to be a part of all that. I mean, that had to be a highlight to see the trucks come in and be everybody fell in love with them trucks.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. France said we had our banquet in San Francisco up on Nob Hill. And Mr. France come and sat down beside me and just in the lobby. And, you know, nobody knew who we were. And Richard Petty, he was there. He came and sat down beside us. And we were just sitting there talking. And he said, you know something, boys? What took the Winston Cup at the time 25 years to do, the Truck Series did it in 1 year in popularity. So it all started with the drivers and the racetracks that we went to. You know, we did halftime breaks so keep the costs down for the teams. And we went to a lot of unique places that we had to figure out ways to do pitting and get them in the racetrack. We actually in Evergreen, Washington, we worked in a chicken barn. They cleaned it out whenever we got there, and that's where we had the trucks garaged at. And then we'd roll them inside the racetrack, and we'd go at it. So just a lot of neat stuff that came out of the Truck Series, and the popularity there is still there today. And the champions, and, you know, Jack Roush told me, he said, Wayne, I use this Truck Series to find my next driver, my next crew chief, my next crew members, engineers, and that's what it was for, and what it is for still today is that next star may come out of the Truck Series, the Craftsman Truck Series as they have today. So that was the whole thing behind it. But, you know, whenever Jim Smith won the championship, it sort of set a great thing, because he was one of the original founders of the Truck Series to the Daytona, and talked to Mr. France about coming on board and having a Truck Series at the time. So it was cool to see him get a championship before he got out of it.
There was a lot of unique personalities through the years. Who were some of the guys that that just were completely unique to everybody else?
Oh, Lord. Well, I mentioned three of them. Skinner, the first champion. And this part of the owners were a big part of it too, with Dale Earnhardt Sr. owning the team. And man, his garage is not that far from my hometown. And you go down there and you're standing there talking to the team about something that might make the Truck Series a little better, or something that might make the trucks better for everybody. And all of a sudden this arm would come around your neck, and man, I'm gonna tell you what, you thought he was trying to pop a pimple as hard as he would squeeze you. I can tell you that the uniqueness of the Truck Series was because it gave everybody a new foundation to show how good they were. I mean, when you're talking the champions that we had, Johnny Benson, Ted Musgrave, Ron Hornaday, 4-time champion, Jack Sprague, 3-time champion, Todd Bodine, I think he's a 3-time champion. Skinner won the original, and the list just goes on. And probably one of the things that really made the Truck Series so popular, and I know a lot of people say that trucks don't need to be on speedways, but if you remember the first race that we went to Daytona, we had a long red flag for an unfortunate incident with Jeffrey Bodine going up into the fence. But the drivers got out and stood down in turn 4 signing autographs in the middle of the race while we repairing the fence. So that's what made it so popular, because the drivers were always accessible to the fans. You know, they didn't have the big time sponsors like there is today, that they had to go do this or that, or go over here or go over there. They really just got out and hung out with the fans, and that's the reason the Truck Series became so popular.
Do you still keep up with everything and go to the track more? I mean, I know you went to Le Mans, but I mean, do you go to the track some and hang out with the guys and see them again?
Well, one of the races that we did with the HSR NASCAR Classic last year was at Watkins Glen. That's the first time I'd been back to a racetrack in a garage. And I used to get a kick out of Jason Brownlow, Eric Peterson, which are the two lead guys in the O'Reilly series now. Jason called me and said, "Hey, you want to park the haulers today?" Because that was part of the highlight of the weekend, was getting to park the haulers. And so I surprised all the drivers by be standing there parking the haulers. So went to Rockingham this year. I went last year, but I got a ticket and I set up in the grandstands. That was my first Cup race in like '84 that I had the fortunate to be able to work a Winston Cup race at the time for the Gazaway family and for the France family. And so Rockingham sort of is one of the places I like to go to, just because it was the first big time race that I ever got to work. And I went back this year and set the same spot in grandstands in turn 4 and had a cold beverage while those guys were working, and I was sending them all texts. I was sitting up there watching them. So I do keep up with the racing. I don't go to racetracks much anymore, other than I went to Le Mans. Did go in the garage at Rockingham this year, but Martinsville coming up. I started going to Martinsville when I was 8 years old with my dad, and he was a NASCAR official. My brother Buster, he is one of about 5 people that got a 50-year award, and he got that before he retired last year. So Martinsville probably going to go to this year at the end of the season to see how things are going, because that's one of my favorite racetracks with Clay Campbell, and I've known Clay since both of us are about the same age. So I've known Clay for a long, long time.
Well, Wayne, we appreciate you spending a little time with us today. Maybe we can get you back on here and talk some more about the history and learn a little bit from you and how things went back in the days when you were bringing it along.
Yeah, some more of them stories. I love that Ron Hornaday story. That is so funny.
Well, like I say, I probably got some that can't be repeated here on this. So, but, you know, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that about Kyle Busch, how much a influence he was on my career also. People just didn't realize how he was outside the race car. They saw what he was inside. But I always answered a lot of people when they asked me how was he to deal with. And I said, well, let me ask you a question. If you have a quarterback that throws an interception at the end of the Super Bowl and is okay with losing the Super Bowl, are you going to have a quarterback that threw an interception at the end of the Super Bowl and just mattered? And you know what? That's Kyle Busch. He could not stand to lose. And he's surely going to be missed, but he was one that really helped me in my career as far as how to deal with extracurricular activities. Let's put it that way. But he's a great champion, and he will be missed. And also, I just learned that Tom Bledsoe, I don't know if y'all have read this or not, Tom Bledsoe, which was a longtime NASCAR employee, he was the Grand Am series director back in the early 2000s, passed away today. So also need to say condolences to his family. So, yeah, hey, it was nice being on here. Thanks for the invite. And as you can see in the background, I'm in Wayne's world. I got my 3 students over there. I always have them with me at all times. So you guys have a good one. And I love listening to you before I came on tonight, that you talked about a lot of the local racing, because that's where it all gets started at. Everybody needs to go and support their local racetracks.
That's great, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Wayne. We appreciate it, bud.
You're welcome, guys. Anytime.
All right. Thank you.
And how cool is that? That's cool. I mean, some of the stories they got, that Ron Horner story is pretty funny.
Yeah,
There's so many. Oh yeah, I mean, there's so many stories like that. You know,
That is so cool.
Anyway, all right. Let's get Haley over here and let her Come over here and take the hot seat. You have this one right here.
Take the stand.
Appreciate it. So,
So, hey, how did you get started in this? For people that don't know who you are, who your family is, and your little dad.
Shout out to Bill.
shout out to Dad. My uncle actually, y'all know my uncle Charlie Bryant. He raced like way back in the day,
I'm
and
sorry. Go ahead.
that's a good thing. No, he raced way back in the day, and he got out of it. And then I don't know how many years later, but I think it was probably closer to 20 years later. He went back in the enduro division, and that is his favorite division actually. And so he got into it, drug Mikey, my dad, and even some friends along with it. And I remember Cody got in the bando at that time frame, and then I remember going, "Hey guys, I want to race," and I thought I was going to get a big fat no, but they were like, "All right, sure," and then here we are. That's how we got into it. So, you know, just because he raced back in the day, and I was like, "That looks fun, let's do it." So,
Yeah. I remember having a conversation back then, and I said, I promised wife, we're not going late model racing. I'm like, okay.
and here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah,
So
this
when
is-
did you finally get the chance to get behind the wheel of the car?
So they had actually built me a car when I was 13, because you know you got to be 13 to race enduros.
Okay.
And the car was pretty much finished, you know, and everything was done, but our shop caught on fire, and so that had like delayed my starting and everything. So then for my 16th birthday, Charlie gave me an enduro car. That was his present to me, and then you know the guys at the shop got it all fixed up for me. So then once I was 16, which I think that was actually better because I had driven on the street at that point and you know, actually knew how to drive a regular car, let alone a race car. So yeah, no, they gave it to me when I was 16. Oh, this is a funny story. My dad, he wanted to make sure I wasn't going to get ran over at like the start of the enduro race because it's chaotic at the start.
Mhm.
And this was before we had rolling starts. This was when it was just go pretty much. And my dad took me to Churchland High School parking lot, and he made me drive a stick shift for 4 hours off and on. And if I stalled, he goes, "Nope, that's another hour." So he made sure I knew how to drive a stick shift, and we were out there for probably about 4 or 5 hours. So yeah,
So it only took you 5 hours. to
about
figure it out?
5 hours. So yeah, it was crazy. I think he was having a little bit more fun time than I was because, remind you, we're just in a parking lot, and I'm only going up to like second or third gear in the parking lot. He made me wear my helmet, and I think that was just to make him laugh. But we'll see what he says about that. He made me wear the
Glad to
helmet.
get his side of this.
Yeah,
For
for
your
sure.
entertainment.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's like, all right.
So then, what was it like your first time making laps here at Langley?
Oh gosh, the first time making laps, I remember in the car, I was like, dude, I'm going so fast. And they showed me the video, and I was going about 35. It was rough. I was like, all right. But yeah, no, it was cool. And I remember like looking at them like, are we sure I can do this? Like, I felt like I was flying. But they said every time they sent me out there, you know, I had got back within my, I want to say third time out, I had got in the 20s, which when you're first starting, that's pretty good. But when you're trying to be competitive, the 23-second lap ain't cutting it, you know? So then Dad and Mikey and Charlie would like set a different goal each race. And I remember they told me, they're like, if you're not doing good, we're pulling you. You're not going to be a roadblock out there. And so I'm thankful they were patient with me and, you know, actually taught me how to race and still teach me to this day. So, yeah.
What is your vision for down the road? What would you like to accomplish at a race?
Honestly, it's just for fun. I think it's really cool. Like I'm kind of steadily starting to have a platform in it. You know, I'm currently the only woman driver in enduro division, so I think it's really cool. Honestly, it's just for fun. I absolutely do not want to like go into any other divisions. My heart is in enduro. Even if, you know, we had all the money in the world to do it, I actually just prefer enduro. Like the idea of spending a bunch of money on the car freaks me out. So I'm like, no, enduro is perfect. If I wad it up, I ain't that upset about it. So, but yeah, no, I guess as far as the vision would be just to keep having fun. I think it's a great opportunity. I'm also a hairdresser, so it's a good opportunity to put myself out there like, hey, y'all should come watch me race, but I can do your hair, you know? So y'all don't know how many times, like, I've literally been in the pits or in the bathroom and somebody's like, is that Haley? And I'm like putting their appointment in like through the stall door, and it's crazy. So I get a lot of business from doing it too. So
Do you really?
yeah, so it's fun.
Does
But,
when you take your helmet off, your hair's still good?
oh no, she's rough. She is rough. Yeah, no, literally, I don't know. if
Honestly,
y'all-
that'd be a good advertisement. You have to fake a video.
I will have to fake a video. No, it was funny. We were, Dad wanted me to take a picture. I'm sure y'all have seen the big parts barn tent when we bring it out. And he's like, oh, your car's lined up perfect. Let's take a picture. And he goes, "Oh, you need my hat right now." He made me wear his hat in the picture. And I was like, okay.
That's funny.
So yeah. But-
So who do you, when you're talking about racing, who do you look up to, idolize as far as racing? Other than their family members?
Other than family.
And Charlie.
Oh.
Well, I wasn't going to think about Charlie. I would look up, but anyway. Go ahead.
Yeah, other than family, I'm a big like Dale Jr., Dale Sr. girl. Like, obviously, I've watched Dale Sr. like just in past. I've never seen him in person, obviously. But then, like, you know, seeing him and his racing style, that was so cool to me. And I don't race like his racing style, but that was who I looked up, like, kind of having that more offensive driving style. And then being able to meet his son and like kind of being like seeing the legacy right in front of you, I was like, oh my gosh, like I was stunned when I met Dale Jr. So definitely the two of them for sure. So
I mean, you were here when he was here last year.
Yeah.
So you were starstruck like everybody else was around here.
yes, I was trying not to be so like, okay, he's famous, like act cool. And then I was like, oh my gosh, Dale, can I have an autograph, please? Like I was freaking out. So
Now, you mentioned you're the only female in the enduro division.
currently, there used to be more. But
Well, I know, but right, okay, currently you're the only one in the enduro division now. How do the guys accept the fact that you're out there with them?
We're gonna take my family out. My family's very supportive of it. The other guys, there's a lot of crap talking that goes on. There's a couple bets. I've had some bets with some of the guys that I gotta cut their hair, but if I win, I get to shave number 11 in the side of their head.
love it. I love it.
We've had a couple bets like that. I think sometimes.
Whenever this
They-
bet comes about, can we?
Yeah, I'll
can y'all
let y'all
come here-
know.
No, just come here Tuesday and do it.
Okay, we'll do it here. Yeah,
Like,
we'll
I'm
take it
gonna do it
on
live.
live.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I think some of the younger guys, I think it's fun for them to kind of like crap talk with me. I think some of the older guys get their egos hurt a little bit, and you would think like some people have the mindset that because I'm a girl, they're gonna race me easier. No, they race me just as hard, if not harder. So I think they secretly don't like it and they try not to show it, but I think some of the other guys kind of get a little irritated if I'm performing better than them, honestly. And you know, I'm thankful.
We got big egos.
And that's okay, you know, and I knew going into this, I have like a little bit more of a target on my back, but I kind of think it's fun, you know, I'm like, hey, like, you know, I finished better than you, that it is what it is. And that's it, you know?
Well, it's gotta be that much more gratifying for you to like beat them and then maybe talk some trash.
No, literally. And it don't work out every time like that. I'm not the
Sure.
perfect driver by any means, but it is kind of rewarding in a sense if like, I just won't even say anything when they're talking. And then I'm like, my driving did the talking for me, you know? So that's all I gotta say.
So what is this your second year, third year?
It's
Where
my
we?
5th year.
Your 5th year. Okay.
So when I started out, I thought I was better than I was, but nowhere near, you know, enough to stay out there and be out of the way. But my first couple of years, you know, I had like a good starter car. I was driving a 4-door Altima, which that was a great starter car, but it was not a car that was going to win against the Hondas and the Acuras and things. So
And
then
Parks Barn cars are pretty fast.
yes, and so then my dad got me the Honda Accord, and he was like, hey, you can do some, you know, real competition with this. And so then I got in that, and then Dad was kind of like, you know, I think I got my little win, I'm done with it, you know. And so he's like, you know what, we're gonna sell your car and you have my car. And so now this has been the season, I'm taking it most seriously. I think I'm 4th. It comes out today. I think I'm 4th in the championship right now. So yeah.
Are you having fun?
Oh yeah, this has been the funnest season yet. Just because like it's a big difference from when you're like learning it to when it's finally starting to click. Like I'll, you know, reference back to something Charlie or Mikey or my dad told me, and I'm in the car like, oh my gosh, I understand now. And it's like it clicks, you know. And so they always give me pointers after the race, and it helps me a lot. So
Now, is this fun? You know, I mean, your family here during the weekend, and you know, I mean, it's kind of family ordeal, right?
oh yeah, very family oriented. And we've all been close even before we got back into racing, but just being with each other every weekend, we're very close to the family. So
Do you have any siblings?
no, I'm an only child. So thankfully, Cody and Kaylee, that's Charlie's kids, they've grown up, you know, we've all kind of grown up together. It'd be nothing for me to go over to their house for a week or they come to my house for a week. So I got the best of both worlds when it comes to being an only child and having siblings. So they're my siblings for sure. And then my aunt Charlotte, her 2 kids are Colby and Shelby, and they're just like siblings for me too. They're the older
I'm
siblings.
so sorry. I mean, it's,
Are you sorry?
hey, you should have called me as a sibling. I mean,
We like to stir stuff up.
Oh, I'm sure.
That's gotta be fun. Now, who do you go to when you have a driving tip or hey, this is what's happening? Who do you go to?
Mikey and Charlie. I go to my
You don't go
dad.
to your dad?
I go to my dad, but he claims I don't listen to him, so he refers me right back to Mikey and Charlie. So I go to Mikey and Charlie. I kind of joke around. Charlie's the one who's gonna kind of be more like, hey, like do this, and he can like tell me like if I couldn't even know if the car was tight or loose, and I'm like, Charlie, I keep turning left too much, and he's like, all right, the car's tight. Like he just knows.
Yeah.
Mikey's my pep talk man. Like if I'm freaking out before a race, I'm like, Mikey, I need a pep talk, and he like gets me calmed down a little bit. So yeah, no.
I think the first time I remember seeing your dad was when he was upside down and they had to get him out of the car.
Yes, that was the scariest night of my life. Actually.
Really?
So I wasn't racing at that point. I hadn't been.
He was in the ditch over here in 3 and 4,
Oh,
upside down.
It was his Facebook profile for the longest time too. But yeah, no. Me and my mom were just here with some friends, and this was before I really was going in the pits. You know, just hanging out in the stands. And I remember I was with a friend. I had like looked up for 2 seconds, and I'm like, dang, it's been a red flag for a good while. And I'm looking, and I'm like, I don't see my dad. And I was like, okay, dad's over here. And I'm like, there's a car in the ditch. And I'm like,
It's hard to tell the number when he's upside down.
And so I'm like, we gotta go. I think that's my dad in the ditch. And then it was chaos from there. But thankfully,
Yeah, it was a little chaos because they didn't know to get him out or try to
Well,
flip
you
the
know-
car over before they got him out.
Well, did you ever hear that story of what the Langley official said on the inside of
I
that
can't
car?
remember.
So back then, dad was 6'3", 300 pounds back then. And the
Oh,
guy,
what's he down to now?
he's like 230 now. He's lost some weight. But yeah, no, he I kid you not, the guy was like, all right, sir, I'm gonna pull you out of here. This is dad's son. And my dad goes, no, you're not. He goes, I told him I'm 3 bills, 6'3", and the guy, me and mom laugh about it every time, but the Langley official like yells out and like he was looking under and gets up and yells, we got a biggins, and they had to like winch him up in the car. But you know,
biggin. Oh,
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
they ended up like dropping him on his head, the
Oh,
chain
yeah,
snap.
yeah. I
And
forgot
so-
about that.
And so I remember me and my mom were like, all right, he's done. Like, we're going to the hospital. And then thankfully he was fine.
fine, yeah.
Thank God. But yeah,
I
no.
forgot about the chain or whatever because they wouldn't get him out because they thought the car wasn't stable. So they were like, let's get the car back up on right side up. And then, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah. And you know how he got into that predicament, right?
Mm-mm.
So him and Mikey were racing, and I don't know how he got to where he was upside down, but Mikey was the one that tapped him and he ended up in the ditch. So yeah, no.
Oh, that's hilarious.
All in good fun. But
Yeah. Now, how is dating when you have your father as big as he is? Like, is it
Oh.
intimidating? I
yeah.
can imagine.
For my boyfriends for sure, but I think dad likes it that way a
Oh, I'm
little
sure.
bit. Yeah, no, I think
I'm
it's
sure
funny.
he likes it.
Before I found the guy I've been with, me and Luke have been together for over a year now, but before me and him got together, you know, if I'd ever talk to somebody out here, I think they'd be a little petrified to come and talk to me. I'd have to go to their pits to talk to them.
Oh, I'm
So
sure.
yeah,
I'm
it was definitely a challenge, you know.
sure.
Yeah, I think it's funny too because not many guys expect like a girl to know their way around a car, and like I don't know how to work on it by any means. But I'm not dumb enough to be like, oh, like what is PSI or what's this, or like I can know the lingo a little bit. So I think like, you know, for a while there, it was like different people would kind of gravitate towards me because I understand racing. It's not like I'm gonna be mad if you're out on a Saturday at the racetrack, you know. But yeah, no, dad definitely scared some guys off for sure, 100%.
Oh, I bet.
Yes.
I totally could see that.
Well, that comes with the territory, being a dad with a daughter. So
It's normal.
I would, I didn't do stuff like that, but
Yeah, I'm sure.
Sometimes it played in my favor though. If there was somebody I did not think was cute, I would literally tell my dad to come walk with me somewhere. So
well, do you have any sponsors? Anything you'd like to
I
shout out?
do. I want to shout out my sponsors and then the people who helped me on my car.
Let's do it.
So my sponsors are obviously Parts Barn and Bryant Motorsports. They have all your used auto parts and car needs. Honey Hair Lounge, I'm a little partial to that place because I work there, but I think we do the best hair in the 757 personally. So shout out Honey Hair Lounge. Obviously, I Buy Jeeps is my dad's company. He buys and sells Jeeps. If you have any questions, you can contact him. And my last sponsor is Embroidery and Print House with Pam and Marshall. If you need t-shirts or anything crafty, they will be the one to get you right. Now, special shout out. I got my cheat sheet, y'all. I don't want to forget nobody. I want to give my mom and dad a huge shout out for being able to make it happen for me. Without them and their support, obviously this would be null and void. Like, you know, I'm their only child and they let me strap in a car. Like, that's actually crazy. Obviously my Uncle Bubba, my Aunt Holly for giving me the car and, you know, being my car owner and sponsoring me. I want to say thank you to all the guys who work on my car: Mikey, Roger, Mark, Colby, Cody, David, Ryan, and Luke. So thank you to all of y'all for making it happen. I really appreciate it. And it would not be possible without them, because I can't tell you, I can't work on the car one bit. Like, I know nothing when it comes
So
to
they
that.
don't make you go out there and work on the car at all?
I mean, I just gotta like change my tires, torque the rims and stuff like that, but I don't know how to work on it. I couldn't tell you what the difference between the transmission, the clutch, or the carburetor is.
Well, he knows the lingo.
That's how to drive it.
I
That's
told
good.
you that's why the guys like me, because of the lingo. I can't tell you what everything else is, but I just know I know the difference, but I can tell you.
She can talk enough trash. Get
That's
by.
exactly what I'm getting at. Yeah.
That's the Bryant way.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Oh my god. Too good.
Well, we appreciate you coming and being with us
Yeah.
tonight. Thank you for being here,
Of
and
course.
we'll get you back again sometime. Go out there and get a win, and we'll get you back in here real quick.
It's
Hopefully
coming,
tomorrow.
man. It's coming.
Hopefully tomorrow. Knock on the table. But thank y'all for having me. I appreciate this opportunity.
Great, no problem. We appreciate you being here.
Of
Thank you.
course.
All right. All right, I see Trey sitting there waiting on us.
All right, let's do another.
Will y'all be in my picture real quick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jeez. Thank you.
Thank
See ya.
Y'all have a good evening.
You too.
This is Cole Bruce, driver of the 31 Club Tails Toyota Camry in the late model stock car series here at Langley Speedway, and you're watching the Jack Dodson'S Show with Scott Allen.
Hello, Trey. How's it going, man?
Oh, good. How are you?
Getting ready for the race up here next week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Getting ready. Actually, currently down in Florida for some work, but definitely been preparing, getting hydrated, starting early, and getting the car ready with RNS. So, looking forward to coming down there and getting some testing in.
What are you doing in Florida? What do you do? Did you freeze there? What do you do in Florida?
I worked with Duke Energy in the Carolinas, and then sometimes we'll travel to the different regions, and got some meetings down here this week. So, getting some. Yep,
So
just-
how long have you been racing, Trey? I've known your name for a while, but how long have you been racing?
So I started racing at South Boston in a pure stock in 2013. I was 15. I'd done the motorsports program through the high school.
Yeah.
So started there. But before that, I was racing go-karts on dirt. Probably I started that when I was 10. So I've done that for about 5 years, and won some championships in the go-kart series. And we moved to the pure stock, like I said, when I was 15, and done the motorsports program, and just kind of went up from there.
They have a pretty good motorsports program there at the school. What's his name that runs that? Short guy who builds the karts.
So when it first started, they had middle school, Buddy Wilburn, you had Danny Wilburn, Doug Newcomb. It was kind of a group effort, and I'm not up to speed with it now. I think it's actually they have a welding program and like small engine repairs now, but it's not like into the NASCAR scene like we were. We had a limited car and a pure stock car that we kept up there and kept at the school, and all the kids worked on it and had a pit crew. So some of that's went away, but it was fun. It was a great learning experience for me working with the kids. We learned a lot, and having Danny Wilburn as a mentor at 15. Picking me up, we was leaving school at 1 o'clock to go test at the racetrack. So in high school
Living a
racing.
dream.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, for sure. So
Now,
and
did your dad race or anything?
no, so I got the desire to race from my cousin Bruce Anderson. Watching him win all those limited races and being such a young age, just kind of got the itch for it watching him.
That's a name I hadn't heard in a long time, Bruce Anderson. So what's he up to these days?
So he's building a great business with the outdoor landscaping, Anderson Outdoor Solutions, and he does turf. So he's working all the time. He's got two great little boys, so he does that. And I think he's still got the desire to get back in the car a little bit here and there, and he just hadn't pulled the trigger yet. So kind of like me, got a lot of work, a lot of family, and it kind of
Yeah,
budget for racing has went a lot higher than it used to be too. So
that's for sure.
Now, how's things going this year at South Boston? How's things going for you down there?
So I help Steve Stallings and Blake Stallings kind of really help my racing career when I moved up from pure stock into limited and in the late model series. And I've been around, stayed in with them, helping them a little bit. I hadn't really raced much last year. Steve had the backup car and was like, "Hey man, jump in and race it," and then had a great run. We almost won the race. Me and Peyton battled down to the last lap. I overdrove the corner, getting a little rusty, drove it in too deep, trying to get that win, and he got around me on the last lap. But this year, just been really focusing hard on the Triple Crown races. So we raced the Triple Crown race, South Boston, the big race there, and finished 8th. We had a good car. I wish we'd have had a little better starting position. But all in all, 8 plates, didn't tear nothing up. It's a great start into the Triple Crown, I feel like.
So you come to Langley Speedway. Have you raced here before? Do you know a little bit about Langley?
Yes, sir. So we've had some good luck there at Langley. I finished 4th there one year. I can't remember which year. And so we've had a great car there. A couple of times we raced there at the Cars Tour and was passing for 3rd or so within the Cars Tour one year and got a flat left rear tire. So ended up like 12th or something in the Cars Tour race there. But we've had some success there and we had some bad luck there. So it just hopefully we have the good luck when we come up there this next weekend, and we got a car. I know we got the equipment with RNS race cars capable of winning, and got a great team around me. So I'm looking forward to it.
How did you get hooked up with RNS race cars? I mean, I've heard about them for a long time. How did you get hooked up with them?
He just broke out the TREY Cruise checkbook.
Oh,
no, man, I'm very fortunate to get the opportunity with them. Like I mentioned earlier, Steve Stallings, he's part of, the RNS. He's the Stallings in RNS. And, I've had a great relationship, been pretty much part of the family, really. He's really mentored me and took me in, him and Blake, look at Blake like a brother. And Blake's been in racing a long time. So they've done very well with their business and the Stallings Collision Center, and he sold it, and he's been very, very great for giving, for his sponsorship to provide opportunities for me. And that's how I met Marcus, and Marcus and myself have raced. He gave me an opportunity, wanted to show his product at South Boston, and every time we've worked together, we've, almost got the pole, been right on the pole, almost won races. So I think he knows I'm capable of winning races, and I know their cars are capable of winning races. So we just continue to try to make opportunities come together. And WG Speaks Heating and Cooling was a big one. Vicky Clark and everybody there to really put this deal together.
So getting ready to come down here to Langley, what kind of changes do you have to make in your car to come to Langley as compared to what you do at South Boston? So
South Boston's high grip. I've got a lot of track time at South Boston, so I know exactly what I need to feel there. Langley, I've raced there a couple times and I've had a good car there, so I feel confident in what I need there. But as far as changes, you need the car to have grip in the rear, right? It's just a low grip track, it's flat, and the changes will be I'd say you won't. It's going to be some spring changes, definitely a different package, a whole different package coming to Langley. And Marcus, he's best in the business, when it comes to that. And that's kind of where I'm going to put my trust in him and Triplet and Luke, the whole pit crew that's helping me work on this. So, but definitely different package. You got to have that grip, but you can't lose the turn there. So it's a little tricky there to keep that turn and keep the rear in the track. So it's going to be a challenge, but I know we're capable of doing it.
Now, are you? I'm sure they're going to 6 tires this year. In the last few years, they just did 4 tires. Did you want the 6 tires, or would you rather had 4 tires?
I personally, I like 4 tires. You have to be smart, right? You don't get no more tires. I personally like that. It's more budget friendly too for a person like myself. I like to save money. So, but 6 tires is fine too. It doesn't really matter. Everybody's gonna get the same thing, right?
Yeah.
But I would have preferred 4 tires. I think pretty good at managing tires, saving them, and knowing when to go. So, but still gonna have to save some. I don't think you're gonna be able to just qualify every lap there, even with the 2 tires.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how things work out. It's a little bit different than it was before. But then you leave Langley, and you got to get ready for the next one, which is Martinsville. So do you all have a chance to do any testing before you go to Martinsville?
Yeah, I think some opportunities there to get some testing in before Martinsville. And once again, Landon and Marcus and the whole RNS team always has a great package when they go to Martinsville. So I feel good about going there too. And I've got some seat time there as well, raced there 2 times, and we've been pretty good both times. So my first time ever there was kind of bittersweet. We had a great car and was in the top 5 with less than 10 laps to go and run out of fuel. So heartbreaking. I really felt like we had a top 3 car, and with 10 laps to go, we run out of fuel. So
that's tough. That's a tough deal.
Was that the year they had like 50 caution flags the last 3 laps?
It was a lot of caution. Car
Falk ended up winning it, I think.
I think it was actually the year that Josh Berry was so dominant.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was the year. So
what's your goals or your expectations at Langley this next weekend?
Our big picture is the Triple Crown trophy, right? So a top 5 finish I think would be solid. I really hope to have a car capable to race for the win. That'd be great. But big picture, top 5, and have a car, racing where we can run for the win if we get up there to do so.
Yeah, it's funny. I forget who we were talking to last week, and he was saying that a few years back you could take an average 5th place finish and win a Triple Crown, but the last couple of years it's almost been like a 2.5 finish to win it. So it's like you have to be on your game. But this year I think is going to be a little different. The way South Boston's kind of mixed things up, and we'll see how this week or next weekend goes. And I think the statistic will come down a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah, and like you said, I think it's the competition in the past few years has went to the roof, right? I mean, people do this for a living now. Unfortunately, I do not, but I wish I could. And it's really, really tough to go out there and race against the best. And then you got, like I said, full-time teams that work on these things 4 to 5 days a week, full all day. So they testing twice, 2 or 3 times a week, and racing every weekend somewhere. So it's definitely not an easy task to go do. So, but setting the bar high.
But you were talking about the competition. The guys coming here, you're racing against the best. But I tell you what, down at South Boston, you guys have an elite field of drivers down in South Boston too.
Always have.
So, and I think that's really big and a big help in big races like this.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've raced against Philip Morris, Lee, and I've done it, at South Boston as a hometown track, and I've definitely learned a lot by racing with those guys and seeing how hard they work and how hard they drive. And I feel like, some people may get mad, but I really race hard as I can and every lap, and I really don't try to leave anything out there on the table without crashing, because I know how expensive this stuff is, and I'm gonna race hard and be on the edge every lap, but I definitely don't want to see nothing tore up. So.
Well, Trey, we appreciate you spending some time with us before the heat. We'll be seeing you when you get down here, and good luck to you when you get here.
Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all having me on, and I'd like to give a shout out to all my sponsors and
okay, yeah,
really thank them for really letting me do what I love. So WG Speaks Heating and Cooling, Adams Construction Company, Bill's Mobile Home, First Care at Home, Woods Creek RV Park, Ream, Hitachi, LP Gear, Ernest, Swift Springs, and RNS Race Cars. It's been a Southside Disposal also. It's a big group of partners that really made this deal come true. So,
well, Trey, we'll see you when you get down here to Langley, and we'll talk to you again then.
All right, thank y'all. Have a good night.
All right, you too, man. Thank you,
buddy.
Thanks, Trey.
All right, let's see.
Hi, this is Greg Edwards, driver of the 21 late model stock car. You're watching Jack Dodson'S Racing Insider.
Air Doug, what's up, man?
What's happening? How you guys doing?
I was looking at some stuff in my house today, and I have a camera. What do they call it? A frame that keeps pictures rolling in there. You keep seeing. I mean, it runs its own pictures and stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we got the picture.
Okay. Anyway, I didn't realize until I looked at it. You're in one of those pictures.
One of what?
You photobombed a picture that's in my frame at home.
You would be honored, Jack.
You were down in Florence, and you photobombed when I was standing there talking with Dave Adams. You came up behind us and photobombed it, and my wife took the picture, and you were there.
I do remember that, actually. That was my first race with Lee. I do remember that. It was on pit road or something, wasn't it?
Do what?
It was on pit road or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on pit road. In your pit.
Forgot about that.
I looked at it there. I said, that's him standing there. I didn't realize it, and that was you. Look, man, how are things going for you this year? What's going on, and what you got going on?
Well, we got the Cars Tour race this weekend, but I didn't really post anything about it, but we went out there to test on last Saturday, and my throttle hung on the first run, so we completely destroyed a car. So that sucks.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, I didn't post anything about it because I was concussed and sprained my foot. So, so I've just mostly been taking it easy the past few days, trying to make sure that I'm ready to go for the car store race this weekend. So I wasn't honestly sure if I was going to run it or not, but I decided today, I felt good enough. I don't really have any symptoms anymore, so I'm going to be racing this weekend now.
Now, do you notice that Wilkesboro, I mean, most people don't know that the racetrack is actually angled. I think going down the back stretch, you're going downhill, and on the front stretch, you're going uphill. Do you notice that in the car?
Yeah, I think it's the other way around. I think you're going downhill on the front stretch. Yeah, but no, I mean, you definitely feel it because it's an absurd feeling because you don't really go too much faster because of the chip. The chip kind of caps you out. But I mean, you feel it. Your first few laps up the speed, you can definitely feel the G forces when you throw it down through the corner because you enter on the top, you don't use a lot of brake, and then you're immediately back to the gas. So I think that was actually the straightaway in which my throttle hung was getting into turn one. So fortunate enough, we enter in the middle, so I didn't have a extremely long path to hit the wall. But yeah, you definitely feel it.
And you're running your own team this year, right?
Yeah. So now we're down to one car. That was our brand new car that me and Minnie wrecked at Wake. So it only had 2 races on it.
Damn.
Yep.
Sounds like that's a bad omen. You and Minnie wrecked it, and now
you're trying to start something.
Me and Minnie didn't wreck it. Minnie wrecked it, but.
Oh, Minnie, okay.
Let's get that straight.
See, I knew that.
I don't know
knew
why.
that.
I don't know why I said it like that. Mini wrecked it. So it destroyed the whole greenhouse and then the back of the car as well. So, I mean, that car's been through hell, but it ain't gonna go through no more hell. It's completely destroyed. So there's no saving it or nothing. We're just getting another car now.
What chassis do you run?
Reynolds.
Reynolds. Okay.
Yeah.
He's definitely got some nice stuff.
Yeah. I was really excited. I was looking forward to that race because I wanted to take the fresh metal of the Wilkesboro. I just felt like it would be faster. We had our best motor package in there, and our first lap, I think we went third. Like it was kind of drizzling, so I waited a little while for it to go out. Our first lap, we went third. I don't remember what second bracket you run at North Wilkesboro. I want to say it's like 18 seconds. Maybe we ran like an 18.5, and then I went down in the turn one, lifted off the throttle, but the throttle didn't lift off the floor. So
when you got down there, you didn't look around for a minute to see if he hit you or anything, right?
no, I was pretty sure that it was just the throttle. But
I had to say it. It was right there.
no, you're good.
So what are your plans for the rest of this year? And are you going to run all the cars races, or what's your plan?
Yeah, I've ran the entire course tour season this year, so I intend on running the rest. I mean, this race was only up in the air because of my concussion,
Right.
but I feel good, so I'm gonna run that. I'll be with y'all next week. I guess next week for the Hampton Heat. Finish the Cars Tour season, run Martinsville, and then I'll probably run the big races at the end of the year, like the South Carolina 400 and the Thanksgiving Classic, and just go from there.
So what's your expectations going to Wilkesboro and then coming here to Langley?
Well, honestly, at Wilkesboro, I haven't fully committed to the race. So I just got done talking to Kip Childress literally before I got on here, and what the plan is right now is that I'm going to test on Thursday and practice, but if I show any sort of symptoms of a concussion, I'm not going to race. So a short-term goal right now is just to be good enough in the head to be able to be on track. So I'm hoping that, and then once we get that down, because I'm sure I'll be good enough. Once we get that down, is to be fast, and truly felt like when I was with Lee and them last year, I learned a lot at Wilkesboro on the second trip we had, and we were really fast, and we had a tire blistering. We were going to run top 5 probably, so I'd love to jump right back on that. Like my second car is no slouch. Like the car that we're bringing is not a side piece. Like this is the car I've been running all year. It's a great car. It's had chances to win races, and
It's a main piece.
I'd love to, continue on that path and hopefully compete for a win this weekend.
Doug, I've watched you race a lot over the last few years. I've watched you race, and you are a hard charging driver, and I admire the way you race. But sometimes, I think a lot of people, they don't look at it that way. They look at it like you're trying to bully them around or whatever. But you're a hard charging driver. I mean, that's just the way I see it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely aggressive. I feel like I've upped my aggression more in the past 2 years than I've probably ever been in my life. But I mean, the tour puts you in a tough spot because I was literally talking. Parker Eatman and Connor Hall are my neighbors, and so me and Parker Eatman were going to the gym today, and I was literally talking to him. I'm like, man, it's like feels like in our stuff, you either bully or you get bullied. And I felt like last year when I was with Lee, I kind of got bullied a lot. And then I made it a point going into this year that it's just not going to happen anymore. And, that's just how it's got to be. Like, it's just so close. I try to race as clean as possible. Like, I don't try to put people on their ass. I did it to Connor Jones a couple weeks ago, but I didn't mean to. But, I mean, it's just to the point now you just have to be that way if you want to be, competitive.
Yeah, but I like because you own it though. Like I do enjoy that part of it, that you're aggressive and you just own it instead of like, well, I don't, they just kind of downplay it, right? Just own it, man. I love it.
Yeah, I think it's dumb when people kind of like beat around the bush a little bit and like, oh, I didn't mean to do it. It's like, man, you meant to do it. I personally don't feel like I've ever, at least in the past 2 years, I don't think I've done anything to I don't do anything to anyone that they wouldn't do to me. At least I don't feel like it. Obviously it's situational at certain times, especially if you look at Wake County. But
Well, I think sometimes, I mean, I think we all are guilty for something like that, right?
Yeah.
But also, I think sometimes, you know, when you say you drove into a corner and you got into somebody, you didn't intend to wrecking them. You might intend to get into them a little bit, but you didn't, you know, sometimes things get a little misjudged. Or you're like,
Yeah.
oh, damn, I didn't mean to go quite that hard on him, you know?
Yeah, that was exactly the thing with Connor Jones at Ace. Like, I think he was third, and I was running fourth, and I don't know if it was Landon Lewis or Corey Heim was catching me. Somebody was catching me, and I was like, man, I just need to get around him. I was faster, but I couldn't quite get underneath of him, so I was like, I'm just gonna move him on entry, and then he kind of moved up, getting into the corner, and the second I hit him, he went around, and I was like, oh my god, because I like those guys. That was you know, that whole team. I didn't want to be the guy that put him on his ass.
So you're racing Wilkesboro this weekend, then you're coming to Langley. What kind of things do you have to do between times to prepare for Langley?
I don't know, maybe lock Connor in the house or something like that so he can't make it to the track.
Flatten his tires when you leave in the morning.
Yeah, maybe I'll offer him a ride and then I'll just leave 5 hours early or something. But I mean, I don't know. Honestly, coming into this year, had I gotten suspended from Nashville entirely, not just in the way that I did, I had a couple tracks that I wasn't going to race at, and I was just going to just chill and just go run some stuff that I focused heavily on the tracks that I did want to run. So Langley was going to be one of the tracks that I left out just because I've never really had any sort of success there. And then we went there for the car store race and qualified on the pole. We were probably the second best car there. I kind of got jacked up on some starts, but we were probably the second best car there to Connor. And then I ran out of gas with 5 to go because we kept wrecking for P50. And so it's kind of given me a different outlook on Langley now. Now I'm excited to go back. So now I feel like with a 200 lap race, I have some ideas on how we can be a little bit better. And, you know, 200 laps is a long time. So I'm just hoping that we can put ourselves in a good position for this one.
Are you doing anything different from before to this last run at Langley?
Of course.
Like,
yeah, I'm not saying that on the podcast, so.
I love it. Well, I didn't know if you were going to say, like, well, I figured this corner out at Arizona, you know, because I mean, 1 and 2 here is different than 3 and 4. 3 and 4 is easy, but 1 and 2 is a unique corner.
Yeah, definitely. With the apron opening up, I learned a lot just racing around Connor and Landon Lewis, and I got comfortable with passing people and just running up front. Like I led probably like 40 laps in the car store race and qualified on the pole, which is, you know, if you told me my first car store pole was going to come at Langley, I'd be like, yeah, right. Like Langley, especially because I think Connor went P1 with like whatever second bracket 0.8. And I sent a Snapchat to our group chat while I was in the car. And I was like, my face when Connor goes P1 on his first lap. And then I went out there and beat it. So that was pretty satisfying.
Well, I think if you're going to have to get by Connor, you're going to have to go through the grass because he's been running halfway down on the apron. And he's like the only one that's been able to make it work consistently that far down under the yellow line. So it's going to be a tough race. I mean, you got, you know, obviously Lee's running the junior motorsports car. Butterbean's going to be here. I mean, it's going to be a stout field for sure.
Yeah, and I expect nothing but our best there. So I think if we just bring what we got, we're definitely going to be a top 3 car. And I feel like we've done a really good job this year of not really focusing on what other people are doing, focusing on the run that we're on, how many heat cycles we have, how many laps we have. I set like a basic expectation before I go on the track every single time, and not getting flustered if we're 20th on the speed charts because we didn't mock up this practice or something like that. Like we do a good job of staying at bay with where we are. And I think if we approach Langley and Wilkesboro like that the same way, then things will fall into our hands.
I love that thought process because it's so easy to watch Connor or Butterbean or something to come here and then kind of, you know, it will take you off your course, right? And you'll get running down some other road and you know, it doesn't work out as well. And quit worrying about what other people are doing and just work on your own stuff. And we kind of tell, you know, new guys come along, they worry about what everybody else is doing. Well, he's probably cheating. He's doing this. Like, quit worrying about what everybody else is doing and work on your own stuff and make it good, you know?
Exactly.
So I love that outlook.
I think in the final practice in the cars tour race, I was 20th. And I literally felt like we had a pretty good chance of getting the pole, and then we did get the pole. So if you just had looked down the speed charts in that final practice, you wouldn't even considered us to run up front in that race. But you know what I mean? We focused on driving. I knew that we had a pretty good, we had a decent mock run the practice before, and then we didn't get bent out of shape being 20th. We just stuck with what we knew would work, and it did.
So I've asked most everybody else is coming to run the heat. They're going to 6 tires this year. Last several years they've run 4. What would have been your preference?
I don't really care, to be honest. It's 200 laps, so it could be 12 tires if you can't.
That's what you get.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you now.
Okay, I can't hear you guys now. Oh,
yeah,
maybe I should disconnect and reconnect.
But yeah, he was good in the cars tour.
Yeah,
really.
And I was surprised too, especially on the pole here. And that's a pretty damn big deal, especially when you're.
Oh yeah, and he led. The first quarter of the race, I mean, he was flying, and they were still good at the end of the race, but they did run out of gas. Going into one under caution, it was tough, but they were fast.
Sorry.
Now you're good.
Yeah, that was the Connor Hall actually called me. We're doing a seafood boil out in the garage right now, so I'm assuming that is done. That's why he called me. But yeah, when it comes to tires, I mean, it could be a 12-tire race. If it's if you can't make it 200 laps, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, cost-wise, it'd probably be better for people if it was 4 tires. I think that it definitely makes for an interesting race. You'll see a lot of comers and goers with it being that. I don't really know how much 6 tires is going to make a difference. I'm sure it'll make track position a little bit more important because people are going to be starting on fresh stuff. So if you wait too long, there's going to be a lot of cars to pass when you get down to 50 to go. And I felt like that was kind of the issue that we had last year. It was a 4-tire race, and we we ran around just staying on the lead lap, and then we went and we could only go for about 10 or 15 spots, and we finished outside the top 20. Like, it was just a bad night. So I don't know. How do you guys think it's going to go? You think it's going to be track position important or what?
I think so. I think, with the getting the 2 tires halfway, I think, guys that have been here like Connor and Brendan, they're not going to save. There's not going to be any comers and goers. I think they're going to want to probably stay in the top 3 to 5. And it's going to be, I think that top 3 or 5 is going to be a little tougher because nobody's going to ride as much. I think it's going to make it a little tougher. I don't know how the overall show is going to be, but I think we as competitors know that everybody's running 1 second to 2 seconds slower than the pace, right?
Yeah.
The fans in the stand doesn't know it. Like, you can't tell from the outside watching. You're just watching the race, and we see one guy go out to the outside and just drives on up to 3rd. The pace is slowed down, but I think it made it manageable, right? Where you had to manage the tire, because 200 laps on a set of tires here is a long time. I mean, you got to ride for at least 150, maybe it depends on how far up the board you are, right? I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I think it's the first time they've done 6 tires in several years.
A long time, yeah.
I know they did raise the purse up to kind of cover the tires, but most everybody, I think, except one person, said they would just rather have the 4 tires. So I was just kind of curious of your opinion.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going off a cost basis, then yeah, I could see why you would want to do that. I mean, personally, like, it's going to be 6 tires whether you like it or not. So you might as well appreciate the 6 tires because at least you get to be a little bit more comfortable. There's not a more uncomfortable race car in the world than 200 lap tires at Langley Speedway. So
that's a fact. I mean, that is a fact.
Well, Doug, we appreciate you spending some time with us. Go out there and hide all of Connor's stuff so he can't make
Take his keys.
Yeah, I'm going to have to try.
And, good luck to you this weekend at Wilkesboro. I understand Minnie's racing down there.
Oh my gosh. If you ever have Minnie on the show, ask him what I said to him that broke the ice. So we hadn't talked in like 5 months. Ask him what I said. I'm not going to say it myself.
Okay.
All right. We had him on a couple months ago. Well, good luck on Thursday. Hopefully everything goes well.
Thank you, guys. Sorry for missing you guys last week.
We'll see you here at Langley when you get up here.
All right. I'll see you guys then.
All right, man.
See you, bud.
Oh man. Always stirring the pot, man. Stirring that baby.
I didn't even think about that. But, that was a good one, Jack. I like that.
That was good, yeah.
Well, I mean, I knew he was going to be down there, so
I did see him on
hear
Instagram.
about him hitting the wall. I didn't hear about anybody
No.
crashing.
Nobody posted it.
No.
He just said he didn't post it. So
Yeah, but I'm surprised. I mean,
I'm
the
surprised
word
that
gets
somebody
around.
down there did one.
Yeah.
There were people there that.
Well, I mean, they had 20 cars that tested.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
I didn't even. I
Yeah, they had 20
assumed it was
cars.
them
And,
testing.
I was talking to Ryan Burrows to see how Burrows did down there, and he said that they were 12th, 11th or 12th. Felt really good about the car. So he's like, out of 20 cars, it's not bad.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Oh, shoot, he's probably hauling the mail.
Yeah, I mean, that place is fast.
Yeah.
I
Jeez.
mean, you're not off the gas long. I mean, just a blip and you just mad it because you don't have any. For these cars in the banking and the track, you don't have any. Well, you have tires, but you don't have any motors.
All right, well, that's our show for tonight. Pretty good show. I mean, we had Wayne Alton, which was an honor to have him on here because I've been trying to get him in the past, and Haley and Trey and Air Doug. Air Doug.
Well, I was waiting for you to say something about.
No. That
His
I won't-
YouTube channel?
No. I was talking about Haley with what's his name?
Oh, the 24.
Oh, well, I wasn't going to do that either.
Next time.
Anyway, next week's show, we are our last show before
The Hampton
the
Heat.
Hampton Heat. We're going to have Jeff Bowen, Stickman.
Stickman.
Going to be here with us. He's
And
going to
I'm
talk
so-
about
And
race.
he's not calling the race. We
Yeah.
heard.
He's not calling the race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot who it
He
is.
will be in the booth, but
Yeah.
Danny Willard is going to be calling the race.
Wow.
And so that'll be
That's awesome.
even I think Brandon is even going to do the flag stand for that race. So
Mhm. Yeah, and I think that's not a bad idea. I don't know if we'll end up calling Martinsville,
Yeah.
probably. So I think it'd be good for all three races to be consistent in that way. And that was a good call on Stickman's part, and it was his suggestion.
That was a great call.
Yeah, so it'll be a cool night. Concert on the front stretch, 5:30, I think it was.
Shout out to PBR.
5:30, the 5 to 6:30.
PBR, man, we'll have to go back someday.
Yeah, we'll have to stay from Langley Speedway. They might let us in. PBR is sponsoring the Fan Fest next weekend.
I know.
So come on out and have some fun. We'll see some
I
people
know.
there. Sure.
I know.
All kinds of people are going to be there.
I bet so.
Never know who you run into.
Or at PBR.
What? Yeah.
You gonna go there? I'm not going there. All right, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. Look, like and share our show,
See you
and
Saturday.
we'll see you Adam will be here this weekend.
Nope.
I don't know if Scott will be here.
No, I got plans this weekend.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah.
I'll be in
I'm
Baltimore.
spending quality
He's
time
going
with
to
my
Vegas
wife,
again.
Jack.
Huh?
I'm spending quality time with my wife, Jack.
Well, I am too.
That means he's going to Vegas.
Again.
Probably.
No, it's not until November.
Oh.
Okay.
He'll be at Martinsville. Jack's, he's
Oh,
not.
that's right.
He's not going to Martinsville.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know why he keeps winking at me when I say that.
I don't know.
I'm not going to Martinsville.
It's an anniversary. Unless he wants to start over the numbers, kind of like Randy. Randy was telling me this weekend that I asked him, was he working the Hampton Heat? He's like, well, I don't know. They asked me to, but it's mine and Connie's 43rd anniversary on Friday before, and they want me to work Friday. And I said, well, unless you want to start over, you might want to stay home.
Yeah. That's tough one.
Start. He said, start over. I said, yeah, start over at 1.
Yeah.
Because it ain't gonna be 44 next year. It's gonna be 1.
All right, well, we'll see you next week and have a good week.